Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning. As you can see, it's really sunny. Hopefully you can see me. So it's not very nice, you know, you can't complain really. We're the end of October and you got still nice sunny days. Bit chilly, but it's, you know, it's good and to be sunny. Right, so today I'm going to do a live about diet. Namely, is your diet killing you? First of all, what I want to do, I want to distinguish what I mean by diet, because there's different misconceptions out there and what a diet is. Hi Jane. So what I mean by diet is typically a plan that's short term, that you are doing only for a little bit of time to get fast results. That's what a diet is. Yeah, so when you hear people talking about you know, Weight Watchers diet, Slimming World diet, those are short-term, hello Jane, short-term diets. Yeah, yes, they work, they give you fast result, but they're not sustainable. So when I talk about diet, you know, what I mean myself by diet is more like a lifestyle. It's something that you're gonna do long-term. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's, you know, you keep on doing jumping from one diet to the next, all you're going to achieve is getting damaging your body internally. Yeah, lifestyle means you find what works for you. Yeah, irrespective of what your beliefs or what your preferences are, you find what works for you, and then you keep doing it. Yeah, so you can maintain it, so you don't ever have to diet again. That's the whole idea. Yeah, so having distinguished that, so what kind of diets are there now? At the moment, there's a huge amount of choice. You've got the vegan diets, you got vegetarian, you got the paleo, you got the keto, you got the carnivore, and the standard British diet, which is really crap. Yeah, it's the guidelines from the UK government are also based on the guidelines from the US government. We all know how these two countries are doing in respect of obesity and diabetes. So really, I'm not going to even touch that as a lifestyle, because that it should not even get anywhere near your mouth, you know, following that kind of lifestyle. So regardless of what you choose, whether you choose to be vegan for your own reasons, absolutely fine, whether you choose to be vegetarian, whether you choose to be ketogenic, paleo, carnivore, it's the bottom line is this: there are three things you need to look at to understand whether that particular meal plan, a particular lifestyle is working for you. And this is something I was listening to in a podcast recently, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's a nice little acronym called HEC. So what the heck should you eat? So HEC stands for H, which is hunger, E for energy, and C for cravings. So what does it mean? If you are eating food that you think is good for you and you're hungry all the time, or you get hungry straight after eating a meal, or your energy levels are very low despite eating and having enough calories, or even worse, you get cravings, yeah, that diet is not working for you. So you have to take notice of this, and you have to adjust it. You know, regardless whether you like it or not, it makes no difference. Your body's telling you, I'm not happy, something is not working. Now, it could be a minor issue, so it could be, you know, if you follow specific lifestyle. For example, let's talk, for example, about vegan. Yeah, now vegan lifestyle, you know, you've got just plant-based food. Yeah, so there is no dairy, there is no animal-based food of any sorts. Yeah, so what tends to happen, like most of the other lifestyle, like paleo, keto, you tend to eat similar foods all the time. Yeah, because you get to find the foods that you like, you know, they're convenient for you to cook, so you end up eating the same foods all the time. Over time, your body starts building intolerances to those foods. Why? Because the body needs variety. Yeah, so when you develop intolerances to those food, you start getting symptoms. So what are the symptoms of intolerances? Well, there's all different things. Gastric symptoms are very common. So whether it's bloating, whether it's flatulence, yeah, not very nice, I know, or whether it's cramps, stomach cramps, heartburn, diarrhea, constipation, all those are red flags telling you something you're eating is not working. Yeah, or you can get skin condition like eczema is very common, psoriasis, all these skin condition very often caused by food, intolerances, or sometimes allergies. Yeah, lethargy that is so common, you know, and this often happens when you have too much carbohydrate, especially refined carbohydrates. So we're talking about white bread, white pasta, pizza, those kind of things, and processed food. You get a slump after eating them. So you have them for lunch. By 2 p.m. you are lethargic, you know, you struggle to keep your eyes open. So what do? You go for coffee to try to wake yourself up. Instead of going for coffee, just see what you've eaten. Chances are what you've eaten is what is causing lethargy, and that is an intolerance symptom, something, a warning sign. Your body's telling you, I don't like this food, I can't process this food right, or it's a bad food for me. Yeah. And of course, hunger. You know, I'll give you an example. I love eggs. Yeah, absolutely love eggs. Now, I've got autoimmune. So under the autoimmune protocol, eggs are big no, especially for me, because I've got multiple autoimmune disorders. Now, if I have eggs, in the old days, I used to have like 6, 7, 8 eggs omelette. Yeah. Within an hour, I was starving. It's like I didn't eat anything. Now, most people will eat eggs, a couple of eggs, 2 or 3 eggs, and they're full until, you know, for another 4 or 5 hours. With me, it was like I eating nothing. I even tried an ostrich egg, a whole ostrich egg. That's equivalent to 15 hen eggs. I had it all in one sittings, and guess what? I was hungry after an hour. So that's a sign your body doesn't like that. In my case, it was driven by autoimmune disorders. So it's one food I need to avoid. And so obviously I eliminated it. But that's the sign that you need to listen. So sometimes hunger straight after eating the food is a sign that food does not work for you. Yeah. How do you find out where you should sit? You know, whether you should have more carbohydrate, more fat, more protein, whether you should be vegetarian, vegan, keto, carnivore, paleo. How do you find out? Well, the first protocol, I will always advise everyone, unless you have specific religious belief or, you know, ethical beliefs, which normally falls into the vegan or the vegetarian category. Yeah. If you are not specifically doing that for religion and you just want to find out what works for you, there's one very simple thing to do. First of all, you need to start monitoring your food. So start recording your food every single day, and when you start getting any of these weird symptoms, intolerances or hunger or cravings, you know, your energy drop, that look at what you've eaten the meal before, and that's going to give you an indication that's not working for you. So you start eliminating the stuff that doesn't work for you and you try something else. Another way, more scientific way, is to do a DNA test. A DNA test for diet will tell you how your body responds to carbohydrates, to proteins and fats, gives you an idea of macronutrients that you should be following. It also gives you an idea of genetical issues that may impede your absorption of certain vitamins, HEX requirement you may have for certain vitamins and minerals, and obviously helps as well to understand the exercise side of things as well. So that is the scientific way of doing it, or you can do trial and error, use an application like MyFitnessPal. That's what I use with my clients, and then we adapt things to them. We try things, take things out, see how they feel energy wise, see how the body responds, and you do it that way. Yep. The other thing that you need to look at is if you are suffering from any type of disease already, disorders. So we are talking about things like autoimmune disorders. That autoimmune disorders, anything from celiac disease, rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto, that's very common, which is underactive thyroid, Graves' disease, the overactive thyroid, diabetes, type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disorder, you know. So there's so many autoimmune disorders out there that people don't even realize. And all these autoimmune disorders are triggered by food. Yeah, so you need to understand that what you put in your mouth will either help you or it will hurt you. There is no halfways. Yes, you need to find out, is it helping me or is it hurting me? And if it's hurting you, you have to change it. Now, if you go on autoimmune, yeah, the autoimmune disorders, guys, they kill. Yeah, so type 1 diabetes, if it's not controlled, it kills. Celiac disease, if it's not controlled, it turns into cancer. Yeah, so you know, rheumatoid arthritis, you know, if it's not controlled, it makes your life impossible. Rheumatoid arthritis, when you start growing, you know, it's common for older people. You get deformed fingers, you know, extra bone growing. That is debilitating. That is so painful. Yeah, so they will either kill you long term, or they will really seriously debilitate your quality of life. Yeah, so type 2 diabetes is not autoimmune, it's totally life driven. Yes, there are some genetic markers for that. However, it's triggered, the genetic markers for diabetes are triggered by our lifestyle. Yeah, diet, exercise, stress level, and everything. Diet especially. So type 2 diabetes kills. Yeah, 25,000 deaths in the UK every year due to uncontrolled diabetes. Totally avoidable. Yeah, but why do people not follow the guidelines? First of all, the problem we got is guidelines are wrong. The government guidelines, unfortunately, is they telling you can have any amount of carbohydrates. You can have pasta, bread, pizza, whatever you like, provide this whole grain. Sorry guys, that is wrong. You follow those guidelines, your diabetes will get worse. And guess what? They're going to give you a pill for that called metformin. When that stops working, because it will stop working over a long period of time if you don't adjust your diet, then you go on insulin injections. And when insulin injections stop working, because they will stop working again, guess what? It's curtains. That's it. Yeah, so take this stuff serious, guys, because it is very serious. Autoimmune kills, you know, and you know, chronic inflammation. It will build up and eventually bring out other autoimmune or other serious conditions. Yeah, and if people don't take it seriously because they don't see the immediate effects of it, but the effects may take 5, 10, 15 years to show itself. However, by the time you are down that road, it's too late. Yeah, so diets, so lifestyle versus diet. The difference, as I said, is diet is a short-term thing. You want to do a diet, you want to lose weight for your wedding, for going to the seaside, for your holidays, great. Get stuff online, help yourself to stuff online. One size fits all is a quick thing, but bear in mind that every time you do that, you mess up your metabolism. You create metabolic damage, and while you're young, your body will adapt quickly. From the moment you're 35, 40, your body starts slowing down. You keep on doing these diets, you know, fat diets, quick fix diets. Eventually, you're not going to be able to lose the weight anymore because you cause too much metabolic damage. Hi, Anne. So that's what you bear in mind. So if you're doing those diets, you know, and that's your choice, fine. Just remember, in the long term, that will cause more damage than good. Yeah. So following a lifestyle, regardless of what lifestyle you choose, then is the way to go. You learn how to eat. You choose the food that works for you, but you enjoy as well. You know, because it's not all about sacrifices here. And it's long term. So it's something you can maintain long term. Then you never have to diet again. You know, that's the best possible case scenario, isn't it? And something you can maintain long term. Another thing you need to be aware of is dangers of sugars now and processed food. Now, not many people know this, but now Alzheimer is being called type 3 diabetes. Yes, Alzheimer has been, it gets worse and the genes for Alzheimer get activated as well through too much sugars and too much processed food, which of course contains too much sugar. Yeah, too many refined carbohydrates, you know, your white bread, pasta, and all the kind of stuff, processed foods. Yeah, so actually we're now finding now that your diet, you know, bad diet using processed food and a lot of sugars, don't only affect your body, it can give you diabetes, you know, obesity, all this chronic inflammation, it can give you autoimmune disease, it can actually give you Alzheimer's. I mean, that's ridiculous. Yeah, so you can screw your brain with your diet. And once you get that, guys, you know, Alzheimer, you know, is a type of dementia. So once you get that, you know, when the brain goes, your quality of life is gone. It's bad enough your body is messed up, but when you start messing around with your brain, your quality of life is gone. You don't know who you are, you don't know who your loved ones are, you don't know where you are, you know. Do you want to end up in a care home? Yeah, because you got Alzheimer, because you could be bothered to look after your diet. Yeah, so these are the consequences of not eating healthily. Yeah, I've experienced every single diet. Yeah? There's a lot of people out there, you know, saying you should follow this, you should follow that. You know, listen, guys. I don't care if you're vegan, if you're vegetarian, if you're paleo, if you're keto, if you're carnivore. I don't give a damn. When I help my clients, I don't tell them you have to be carnivore, you have to be keto. I'm keto, yeah, but I haven't been keto all my life. For 27 years I was vegetarian. For 27 years eating the food that caused my autoimmune. Now, does it mean the vegetarian diet is bad? No, it's very bad for me, because genetically my body does not work well with the vegetarian diet. Yeah, and when we're talking about vegetarian, there's all different type. Yeah, so there's proper vegetarian, yeah, where most vegetarian will allow some cheese. Yeah, then you got the pesco vegetarian, or pescatarian, some people call it, which you got cheese and you got fish as well. We got some vegetarian that add meat. Now, I'm sorry, but the moment you add meat, you're not vegetarian. I mean, you're not really a vegetarian, you know. But if you want to add meat, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, so that's not a problem at all. You know, that means that you have a normal diet. That's not a problem. You know, it's not trying to categorize yourself into certain things. Keto, so I was vegetarian for 27 years. I started developing autoimmune disorders. I educated myself to understand what was going on, why I was developing thyroid problems, why my celiac was activated. All of a sudden I find out that the foods I was eating on the vegetarian diet are actually mostly the food that trigger autoimmune if you are genetically predisposed for autoimmune. So it's not everybody. So let me clarify this. Vegetarian diet does not give you autoimmune. It gives you autoimmune. It will facilitate autoimmune if you are genetically predisposed. How do you find out if you're genetically predisposed? There are tests that you can do, DNA testing and so forth. Yeah, so that, just understand that. I then went vegan because also not only the vegetarian diet triggered my autoimmune, but also vegetarian diet, I was eating the same foods all the time. Yeah, and guess what? I became intolerant to eggs, I became intolerant to dairy, I became intolerant to most of the plants I was eating. Legumes were a big one for me. So I said, my God, what I'm gonna do? So I was advised to go vegan. 3-month vegan, cut out all the things that I became intolerant to. Soya was a high things I was intolerant to, and cut them all out and then reintroduce them slowly. Well, that was the worst time of my life. You know, remember when I was telling you about this hack? So hunger, energy, craving, to determine whether a lifestyle works better for you. Well, the vegan diet zeroed all of them. Yeah, so in the sense that I was hungry all the time. I had no energy whatsoever, and I was craving chocolate and sugars all the time. Yeah, so that was a problem for me, obviously. So, but I had to do it to try to you know, to make sure. Sorry, I got some warning here, the battery is going down. I don't know what is it doing. Okay, so to try to make sure that you know, I eliminated this, you know, these intolerances that I built. Yeah, so I did the vegan diet for 3 months. My gym performance collapsed completely. I lost so much strength, I lost so much muscle mass. I knew that wasn't working for me, and then did the DNA test to find out what the heck should I be eating here, and that's what pointed me towards paleo initially, yeah, and then eventually ketogenic. And I've been ketogenic alone for over 3 years. I did a stint on carnivore diet to do a test, a three month study, 90-day study through a MD, American MD, who's also an athlete, John Baker. Wanted to collate information from all over the world, from people from all over the world, and he's, you know, we did the study. And I thrived on that. My energy levels were better. My you know, my hunger, for the first time I was able to train fasted. So just trying to reset these things. Okay, so I was able to train fasted, you know, and basically I felt the best ever. I had to come off a carnivore because my thyroid started going sluggish again. So I thought it was a carnivore diet that caused that, because I wasn't having any vegetables whatsoever. But I now know differently, which is something that I'm adjusting my diet again. So as I'm saying, I've tried them all. I've done the vegan, the vegetarian, the keto, the paleo, the carnivore. I'm still adjusting it, because as I get older, my thyroid gets more sluggish, there's more issues, and it adjusts all the time. So that's what you gotta do. It's not get one and it works forever. You have to constantly adjust your diet. Yeah. So what do you do? I mean, how do you find out? How do you know what you should be doing? Where do you get the guidance for it? Now, there's a lot of information online. Unfortunately, a lot of information online is either driven by groups who are trying to push the way. There's a big fight going on between, if you like, the vegans and the keto stroke carnivores. Our diet is better, your diet is crap, and all that kind of stuff. Listen, I'm not interested in any of that. Listen to your body, get the help of professionals. Now, I myself am a professional. I've been a personal trainer for 10 years. I'm qualified. I got specialization in obesity and diabetes, so I understand exactly this, the obesity and diabetes, how to deal with them from exercise and nutrition point of view. I'm also a nutritional therapist, which nutritional therapy is about healing your body through food, not through medication, and that's what I do. I've also got 2 autoimmune disorders, so I've learned from personal experience as well as what I've learned by studying and educating myself. So 10 years of experience, qualifications, specialization, level 4 on obesity, diabetes, and personal experience on how to reduce. In the last 3 years, I managed to halve my thyroid medication. And this to put in perspective for you guys, let me explain this to you. We all got 2 thyroid glands, I don't. I've only got 20% of one thyroid gland working. One was removed, the other one was destroyed completely by the autoimmune Hashimoto. And I didn't know I had that. Nobody bothered telling me, nobody bothered testing me. I had to find out myself and eventually use the autoimmune protocol. So for me to be able to reduce my thyroid medication from the 225 microgram I was taking initially, I took that for over 15 years, to reduce it, given if I only got 20% one thyroid, is unheard of. But to halve it, I'm on 100 micrograms. So this was done mainly through diet. That's what I'm saying, and yes, you can exercise when you go underactive thyroid. I read all this time, but because you're underactive thyroid, you cause stress, you must not exercise. Bull. I'm sorry, guys. Movement, activity, regardless whether you're diabetic, you got underactive thyroid, any chronic illness, you've got to move. If you don't move, you cannot keep healthy. It doesn't mean you go and do what I do, 2 hours of training in the gym. You don't have to do that, but you got to move. You got to stay active. You got to go for long walks, for swims, or something. Just it's using the excuse that you're not well, your body's, it's got this disorder, the other disorder. For not moving, it's just fooling yourself. You're never going to get results. You're never going to get better. So if you want help now, autoimmune, underactive thyroid, diabetes, type 1, type 2, I specialize in that. Now, it's very important for people who suffer from this disorder to get help that is specialized, both on the nutrition side and on the exercise side, to make sure not only you can get those conditions under control, and by the way, you can reverse type 2 diabetes, absolutely, with diet and exercise. Everybody knows that. Type 1 you can't, it's autoimmune, you need insulin, but you can improve it. Thyroid, absolutely. If you got both thyroid gland are just sluggish, you can come off medication with the right diet and exercise. I can't. I've only got 20% of one left. But I still managed to reduce it. So you need to get advice. You cannot just go and get stuff online, one size fits all. If you got this kind of disorders, it will not work. To follow a standard diet, to Slimming World or Weight Watcher, it will not work. If anything, they will make it 10 times worse. I've heard so many things what they advise in there, which for diabetics is actually the opposite what you should be doing. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to give you a special offer here. I'm very committed. For me, helping people means giving people the advice, giving people the knowledge, and giving them the tool to change their life and maintain it by themselves. So initially you need help from an expert such as myself, and then once you learned everything, you learn the tool, then you can do it by yourself. That's how you make people independent. That's how you change lives. Now, I'm so passionate about changing lives that I'm going to do this for this week only. I'm going to offer to only to people that understand this. Unfortunately, I want to help people to improve their health. If you just want to lose a few kilos, go online, get some of the go to Slimming World, you do that. I want to help people change their health, make massive changes that will make huge impact on the quality of life. So I'm talking about anyone with diabetes, type 1 or type 2, anybody with autoimmune, anybody with underactive thyroid. I'm going to offer you a 30 minutes free consultation. Hello guys, I can see more people coming on. Free consultation, either on the phone or Skype, you choose, yeah, where we're gonna go through what's going on with your life. I can give you some immediate advice, actionable advice to do straight away that you can implement straight away. And then if you decide you want to work with me, then we're gonna see, you know, if we're a good fit, you know, if I can help you, what I can do for you, and you know, and discuss the options available to you online, you know, or face to face, depending what you want to do. Yeah, so this is only available for people who have diabetes, any type of diabetes, people who've got any type of autoimmune disorders, and you know, underactive thyroids and things like that. So this is to make a change to people's life. So only for this week, all you gotta do to get the free consultation, guys, is to type yes under in the comments. Yeah, can you type yes and right next to that, no, actually just type yes, because we don't want to disclose your medical information. Then I will contact you and message you privately to find out exactly what situation is. We're booking your free 30 minutes consultation, and you know, you after the consultation you will walk away with a lot more information, actionable points that you can do immediately. It will make a difference to your life and cost you nothing. And then if you want to work with me, we can arrange that, you know. But this is to help people. This is my passion. I want to make sure we stop this nonsense of diabetes, of obesity, of autoimmune, which is all down to food. And you know, the government, the NHS are giving out the wrong advice. The NHS can't afford to send people to dietitians anymore. When I was diagnosed with celiac, they would used to send you dietitian. In those days when you were diagnosed with diabetes, you send you to a dietitian to understand what you need to do. They don't do that anymore. Why? Because they can't afford it. NHS is strapped for money. Yeah. So what they're doing, they send you to Slimming World. Great. You know, so no, it doesn't work. If you diabetes, you got autoimmune, Slimming World does not work. Yeah, same goes for Weight Watcher, by the way, any of those groups. Those groups are there to help you lose weight quickly. But remember what I said, diet versus lifestyle. You keep on doing diets, you know, yo-yo dieting while you're in your 20s, maybe a little bit in your 30s, you might get away with it. Once you start hitting your 40s, guys, the metabolic damage you caused is such that eventually you won't be able to lose weight, you know, even eating very little calories. Yeah, so then you need to do the opposite to reset your metabolism. Yeah, so just be aware of that. So that's all I want to say, guys. So this week only, so today's Monday, the offer ends this Sunday. 30 minutes free consultation for those of you who need the help for either diabetes type 1 or 2, autoimmune disorders, any of them, yeah, that you might have, and doesn't have to be celiac disease, any autoimmune disorders, and underactive thyroid problems as well. Underactive thyroid is not necessarily autoimmune. You can have the autoimmune version, Hashimoto they got, or you can have other options. Yeah, so that offers for you 30-minute free consultation to get you started on improving your life for free. And then if you want to work with me, we'll discuss that at the point. Don't worry, there's no pressure, there's no obligation. I just want to get you started on the right course of action. So if you want to help, type yes on the comments. I will then contact you privately. We discuss to see what conditions you have and arrange a free consultation for 30 minutes. You choose whether it's Skype or WhatsApp if you want as well. Of course, there's different options: Skype, WhatsApp, phone call, whichever works for you anyway. And we'll arrange it and we'll get you started. That's what I want to say, guys. It's Monday, it's sunny. It's time to start changing your life. Understand what's not working. Listen to your body. Get the information you need, the correct information that you need from professional people who know what they're talking about. And then most importantly, take action. Because I can give you all the information in the world, but if you don't take any action, it ain't gonna change anything. Okay? So have a great day, have a great week. Bye everyone, and speak to you soon. Bye.